What's going on out there this fine Tuesday evening in MECA land? How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's having a good start to their week. It's Tuesday night. Got things going here. Um, like the title says, I'm going to have Mr. Nick Bowser on here this evening with me. We're going to talk shop, talk some competition, talk a little bit about Nick, what he likes about it, all that good stuff. You guys like it up, share it up. Um, get your questions ready for Mr. Bowser. I've got a few here to get us started, get us kicking, and I'll bring him on here in just a few minutes. What's going on, Mr. Alt, Mr. Haslage? How you doing this evening? Um, Make sure you comment. I think I should be live on 3 platforms at this point. So I think we got TikTok going. I think we got Facebook going and the YouTube. So if you're out there watching, make sure you like us, follow us, all that good stuff, subscribe, whatever it is that we do, where we're at there. Um, I got just a couple things this evening. Um, I think we got a show popping off in South Carolina March 1st. Rocking demos and kickback. So Mr. Bussy is going to be out there in South Carolina. All the folks heading out that way. Check out Dominique and the MECA tent. Um, like I said, down there in South Carolina. I think I posted a flyer a little earlier in the week. What's going on, Mr. Bleak or Mr. Blakey? What's going on, Mr. Snyder? Where do you sign up to be loud? www.mechacaraudio.com. All right. Been better. What's wrong, Mr. Haslage? Hopefully you're not sick. What's going on, Mr. Polk? Um, let's see. I guess just a couple things here real quick before I get Mr. Bowser on here and we get going on the more fun, more interesting part. The event coming up in South Carolina, like I said, on March 1st. I believe that's Saturday. What's going on, Mr. Matt? Um, Make sure you check that out. We should start heating up this month. I know a lot of shows are coming in. The events page, the point system, all that good stuff still broke. They are still working on that. Hopefully, we'll see some progress here soon. But until then, it looks like the membership part of it's still working. We are getting those. So those have been coming through fine. So if you need to get your memberships, go ahead and do so. Like I said, shows are really start kicking off this month. Oh no, what's going on, Mr. Duke, Mr. Tony? Sorry to hear that, Mr. Haslage. Um, Also, let's see. While I'm talking about website stuff, I know everybody's been waiting, everybody's been asking. We do finally have the rule books posted to the website, and we got those live this morning. I'll try to remember to make a post on the main Facebook page there. We're still trying to keep everybody informed on Facebook with the flyers and the events. We're creating those on the main MECA page. And then trying to share those around to keep everybody informed what's going on with the events. And until we get the website fixed, at least I'll probably keep trying to post the flyers and stuff to Facebook. But for now, until we get the events page fixed, make sure you follow the main MECA Facebook page. That's where you'll see all the events right this second. But we have the Sound Pressure League, the Sound Quality League, and the Dueling Demos rule book posted to the website. I've got to change the dates in the Ride the Light MECA Kids rule book, and those will be back up shortly. And then we'll be overhauling the Show and Shine rule book. So show and shine will come a little bit later. But we're going to be kind of really going through that one. So I kind of saved it for last, and it's something that, we want to grow it, and we don't have a large quantity of competitors doing it right this second. So I figured it wouldn't hurt if it took me an extra few weeks to do that one, but we finally did get all the other ones posted to the page there for you guys. So all you guys that's been waiting for dueling demos, sound quality, that one's on the website now as well. And then lastly, I know I made a couple of posts this last week. It's been a pretty hard week on most of the audio folks. I know we lost two folks this week out of our community, Mr. Corey Wallstrom and Mr. Dale Skaggs. Corey was a sound pressure competitor with us for a long time. He fought a long, hard fight. Really good dude. We'll miss him. Same for Dale. He was a pretty awesome guy and a good member to the sound quality community. I'm not real good at this stuff. I don't like it, but I hope their families and stuff get through this time. And brothers in music are lost too soon. I guess it means we're starting to get a little older now, but I just want to say that I hope those two guys fly high in RIP and keep it loud and clear up there for us, and just take a minute to kind of remember them. So, yeah, both of those are pretty tough ones. They both touched a lot of people. So, hopefully we can carry the torch and keep things moving. I think that's most of what I had to say before I bring Mr. Bowser in here. So I've got Mr. Nick Bowser here in the background. He's waiting to come on and talk with us, chat it up with us. I think Nick won Park and Pound this year. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, he won one of the Park and Pound classes this year. And Mr. Brad Beecraft said he was my next victim. So I've got Mr. Bowser on here. I know a lot of you guys was saying he would be a good one to get on here. So I'll have him on here in just a second. I think I've said hi to everybody that commented. What's going on, Mr. Mike Smith? Make sure you like us up, share us up, all that good stuff wherever you're watching. Like I said, I think we finally got it going on TikTok, got it going on YouTube and the Facebook. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. I thank all you guys for supporting it and keeping it going here for me. A lot of you guys that know me know this might not necessarily be my thing or my cup of tea, but I don't know. I've been doing it for a while now, and I like getting on here chatting with everybody. So what's going on, Mr. Beard? And I think I've wasted about 10 minutes. So again, we got a show in South Carolina coming this weekend. And I guess we'll get Mr. Bowser on here. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. And let's get Mr. Bowser in here and start asking him some questions. What's going on, Mr. LaRussa? All right, Nick. I think you're live with me now, buddy. What's going on, man?
Nice, dude. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Chilling, huh?
Good night, yeah.
What's going on, Mr. Ruth? So I got Mr. Bowser on here. I think he's being bashful on me today. Usually he's a lot more giddy, but we're gonna talk about some competition, some car audio. all that good stuff. Any of you guys watching, if you have questions for Mr. Bowser or myself, make sure you ask them, and we'll try to get to them as quick as we can. But um, I guess first, obviously, this is Mr. Nick Bowser. So I guess maybe if you want to just kind of give yourself a little introductory or tell me a little bit about yourself, and then I got a couple questions here that I wrote down that are pretty standard, and then hopefully some of you guys in here chatting with us and watching will have some questions for us, and we'll try to get it cracking and have a good little time here. So without me talking anymore, what's going on, Nick?
Man, hey, just having a good night, man. It's good to talk to you, dude. It's been a while. I'll see.
Been a while.
Yeah,
You got the cabin fever?
yeah. I'm ready to get out of this house for a while,
I hear that. Joe said your beard's looking gray there, brother.
man. Yeah. It's it's definitely got a lot of gray.
Definitely got a lot
Experience.
of gray. Too much experience, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I hear that. Well, I guess I'll get started here with like I said, I have a couple little standard questions, and hopefully I can get you talking, and we'll just kind of go on from there. But I guess the first question I usually ask folks is, what got you involved in the car audio? You know, what got you hooked on car audio? How did you start doing it? All that good stuff.
When I was in high school, I had a buddy that had some speakers in the back of his truck, and when I heard that, I knew I had to have some in my car. um, so, yeah, way back in the day, I knew the love for the love of speakers, man. You know what I mean?
Right. The love of speakers, huh?
Yeah,
So what got you into the competition part? What was your do you remember your first competition, and what kind of got you hooked on, showing up in the lanes all the time? And
yeah, man. I just got introduced to a couple of guys that pulled me in a long time ago. Introduced me to some place in Marion, Indiana, and
all right,
went to my one of my first shows out there.
was that Chad and Sean, or what do you who were those guys?
Man, I don't.
You
I
slept
think,
too much since then?
yeah, yeah, for sure, dude.
Can't really
Yeah.
remember.
No, I think it was before Chad and Sean, but I don't know. Chad and Sean been doing it a while. I can't remember,
But I do
man.
think that Shannon and I did some shows there, and then they might have did some shows there before we started going there even. So, I know we did shows there for I think about 2, maybe 3 years before Chad and Sean took over, but um, that's cool. So, do you remember how long ago that was? How long ago did you start going to shows?
Cool. 2016, probably. 20,
26, so about 9 years, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Man,
whenever you got into the lanes, obviously, you said, oh, there's the trophies.
I've been to a few of them, but they're all not the big one. You know what I mean?
Not all of them, but they're still nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, when you first got into competing, was there, somebody that you watched or somebody that you looked up to, somebody that kind of inspired you to do what you ended up, trying to accomplish?
um,
If it was a
you
lot of
remember,
people, you can, we can talk about them all.
you remember Kellen?
Yeah,
Kellen introduced me to the our car audio world. I mean, like the competition side of it. Like
right,
ever since I was a kid, I always wanted it to be louder.
right,
But then Kellen introduced me to the meter. You know what I mean?
right.
And ever since then, I've just been a lane junkie.
A lane junkie, huh?
Yeah, I really
I hear that.
I love
So,
that.
you won a world championship this last season. What'd you do? Which class did you win? And what? Tell me a little bit about what it took you to get there. How long had you been working for it? What did it take you to get to that point?
A a lot of little things, man. A lot of yeah, just um, changing a few things up, man, and lots of work. Um,
Lots of work, huh?
yeah,
That tends to be the mantra most of the time is lots of work. So I do know one thing that I saw on your car that I thought was cool, something that you do for Park and Pound with the little backup camera and the switch and stuff. You might I don't know if I'm supposed to snitch on you, but that was a pretty cool idea. What gave you that idea? How did you come up with that?
so I had a teammate one year um, that he he got me in lined me in perfectly, and I bumped the wheel and got disqualified. You know what I mean? I hit
Right,
the cone and got disqualified, and my teammate felt so horrible about it. Like watching him, he felt like it was his fault. So I
right,
thought, you know what? I mean, I can set this up with no problem. Just have a little camera showing me where to drive.
right. So you still use that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. I got a question. So, what kind of equipment are you running in your base rig?
Um, I got a um, base 8K on two UV 15s. I'm sorry, the UV 115s.
All right,
Yeah, but just they got
and
a
that's what you're parking pounding with, huh? Which
yeah.
which
I
uh
mean,
which parking pound
basically
class was it? Was it parking pound 2 or 3,
two,
or am I 2? Okay,
two.
I
Yeah,
thought I thought it was 2.
yeah,
So the parking pound 2 world championship, you
yeah.
won that with the camera. No. Uh, what do you remember what your score was?
I don't remember exactly. I know it was a 132 something, but I don't know what it was after that.
Let's see. What's your best Park and Pound song or your favorite Park and Pound song?
Um, Slick Rick, the Slick Rick folders,
Okay.
the like find what you know what I mean, what frequencies hitting at that distance for your car if you can match that up. Um, You know what I mean? It gets louder.
Always, for sure. Um, so was that your first championship?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
This is my first.
your first championship. Let's see. I got another question here. Can we talk about new dueling demo classes? What new dueling demo classes? Which ones are you referring to, Mr. Mack? Yep, that's always the mantra. Test, test, test. I think Park and Pound kind of works out the same way. So let's see. Um, Shannon said, "Did you cry when you won?"
Almost. It was really close. I almost did. I didn't, but I was really close.
Really
Mhm.
close,
Yeah,
almost.
my wife did for sure. She knows how hard I was
How
fighting for
hard
that.
how hard you were working for it and wanting it and
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
yeah.
So, are you planning on running Park and Pound 2 again this year?
I don't know. I'm honestly, I figured the next show I go to, I don't know when the next Indiana show is. I'll probably see what it does in Park and Pound One, and
Okay.
if see if I like that, or maybe need to rebuild or something. Um,
So no big plans really yet to change anything up until you assess the situation.
right, right, yeah. Let me see how it does on a little bit less power, and see what happens. If they might like it,
Right.
they're not. We'll see.
That's true.
Hopefully.
Let's see. Yeah, Mike, that's exactly what that means. That's what the modified street rulebook section says, right? So I guess that's exactly what that means. Obviously, you we won't restrict
I'm
the
reading the
amount
comment.
of speakers in the back like we do as far as only allowing you the 4 or 8 speakers, but I think that it's basically going to follow straight modified street rules. So if you're using, horns and mid basses, you'll be allowed up to 8 speakers mounted, in the rear space. Sorry, I'm answering a question about dueling demos. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're
Uh,
good.
but yeah, so I mean, for now, that's pretty much that's what we did just to try to keep it simple. So basically, you'll be following, that section of the rule book. But you could also, like I said, it could be intended for forward fire and stuff too. So, like I said, it's going to be something that we just kind of assess throughout the year. So, I guess what I'm saying is that the amount of speakers is what's going to follow, and the size limitations will be followed. And obviously you're allowed, to build the panels and things like that. So you could either be forward firing or rearward firing. But for now, we're just going to try to follow those sections of the rule book until we get more people involved and kind of see how it shakes out, and then we'll try to progress and build off of that. This was something that was brought to us by the island guys in Trinidad and Tobago. They do something similar out the front of the car there. They've been doing it like that for a long time, and so um, essentially, I'm just trying to get it introduced here in the States and see how we can make that. Hopefully we can make that a little more cohesive along with what they do. But I'm just trying to get it introduced and see what the complaints are, see what the likes are, and try to basically build something off of that. That's the goal with the single position DD. And David Hunt said when I won DB3 in 2021, I did a 32, and he did the same score in DB2. That's impressive. So thanks, Mr. Duke. Let's see. Oh, Tony said he's coming to Park and Pound this year too. Little devil. So, what you been up to, man? What shows are you planning, or have you got that far yet?
No, I haven't got there yet. I don't know what the nearest. I know we got one in April coming up that I can think of.
Yeah, the Easter show, and then I've put. I think I've got about. I want to say 7 events on the MECA page now for Indiana. Like I said a little earlier at the beginning of the live, the website, the event page is kind of broken. So I've been trying to post all the events to the main MECA page. And I've been trying to share them around and get the guys to share them around so everybody can kind of hopefully keep up with what's going on until we get that fixed. I guess maybe do you have a favorite show that you go to every year, or do you have a favorite show that you remember in the past that was your favorite show?
I mean, I always enjoyed going to Slamology a lot, to be honest.
Right,
But you know what I mean. It takes a lot to move something like that, so I'm not mad at them. But I'll see them whenever they're back around. I'll be right there for it. Um,
right.
but,
So that's one of your favorite ones. Do you have a favorite MECA event that you like to attend?
um, I like the pretty much all the Marion shows.
Okay, is that one the closest to you, or
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, about
pretty much?
30, 40 miles.
Oh, that ain't too
Yeah,
bad. That ain't too bad at all. So if you want to see Nick, he'll be at the Marion shows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, that's what I like.
What's going on, Mr. Irvin? Mr. Jeremy Ball? Yeah, Chad does pretty good. A lot of the guys do pretty good. Getting those shared out. Like I said, we're going to keep trying to post them up there. Probably even after we get the site fixed. But hopefully we'll have the site back up and going here soon. Let's see. What else should I ask Mr. Bowser? Do you have a favorite MECA award?
Um, I mean, my ring. Sorry,
Your
I'm trying
ring?
to read the comments on another phone, but yeah, my ring.
His ring. I hear you. I hear you. He said they only see you at Worlds. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
have have you won any of the specialty awards?
Um,
or like the club awards?
No, just state
No, not
championships
yet.
and stuff like that. Never got any.
Right.
Yeah,
So your favorite one's the championship,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
How many how many world finals have you attended?
Um, do you know how many finals I've been to?
At least
um,
9. I don't know.
there's 2017 in here. I thought there was some 2016s.
So have you been to all of them since you started?
Mostly, yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, pretty much.
So probably a good 8 or 9.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a pretty good track record.
yeah. It's great. I love. It's like that's that's my greatest event. Forget, you know what I mean. I love Samology, but World Finals is the best when everything's on the line and you got to give it what it's got. So
Right.
that's really where that's the best
That is a pretty fine pinky ring there, isn't it, Miss Wendy Gordon? I like it too.
time.
Let's see here. I think I'm caught up on chat. If I missed a question, ask me again. What's going on, Mr. Chris? Hope everybody's doing good this week. We got Mr. Bowser here. We're chatting it up a little bit. Let's see. So, in the finals quite a few times. So that first championship this year meant a lot to you, huh?
Yeah, for a long time.
Are you still a part of a team
Yeah,
or
I'm still part of Team Thoughtbox. That's what I've always been. Uh, I love Chad and Sean and everybody. Like everybody in Indiana.
right?
There's not too many guys that I don't like that are in the MECA game. You know what I mean? I love pretty much everybody, but
Yeah. I think we're all trying to get our hair like Nick's. I was going to ask him here in a minute, but since you brought it up before me, I was going to ask you. Did you test that hairdo? Is it a game, or like if you stand a certain way, can you help split the wave right? You know,
I hope not. I think I did pretty good at getting it straight.
yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty
Thank
good.
you, thank you, thank you.
So another thing, I see over here and stuff, and something that I like about a lot of our competitors. I don't guess it's all of them, but a lot of them, um, you're always kind of willing to jump in and help folks. Even if they're your own competition. Um, you know, Tell me a little bit about that. Do you enjoy helping others and things like that, or
Yeah, I want to see everybody do good. Like I, I want to see great scores, man. That's what it's about. For like, you know what I mean? That 30 seconds. Everything that matters is that score.
right?
So, um, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So we've established that you've been doing it for a while. You like to help folks out.
Yeah, I want to see everybody do good.
Point one gain if he turns sideways. What's going on, Mr. Adams?
Mhm.
Wayne said that it was awesome competing against you, even though he lost.
Yes, you too, man. You did great this year. That was it was a good World Finals for sure.
Yeah, that is a good little statement. Um, you did this for a long time before you finally got your first title. And a lot of guys come in and they come 2 or 3 times, and they don't quite make it, and they get upset, or whatever. They feel rejected, and they kind of quit, or don't do it anymore. I think that says something about your personality first and foremost, but also, like, I guess what kept you going through those times while you were learning, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, sometimes it takes somebody stepping in and saying, "Hey, try this."
Right. That's for sure. So let's see. What would you tell to a competitor, or what that maybe they're new, or maybe they've been out there a couple times and they didn't get the results they wanted. What kind of advice would you give to a person like that maybe hasn't gotten the results they want in the lanes yet?
If you should be a member, and if you're a member, you get free clinics. So show up a little bit early, and you get to try different things and see what little things you can get louder at. You know what I mean?
Right. That's good advice too, and most of our judges are uh pretty helpful with that kinds of stuff. Most of them know a little bit about a thing or two, and you know uh, most of them aren't really against helping you either. So I guess if you keep your eyes and your ears open, you might just learn something and figure it out.
Yeah.
um, Mr. Zach says Nick loves to help people in all aspects of life, not just audio. He is a great dude. I'm glad you brought him on. Well, I, I'm sure you made him feel all warm and fuzzy.
That's awesome. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
You know, that was a big part of the reason why I got into judging, was to try to, help point people in the right direction and things like that. So, I'd like to think that I try to instill that or pass that on to most of my judges. If you don't necessarily have the knowledge, then maybe pass them along to somebody that does. But after you've been judging for a while, you tend to learn a few things, and like I said, I think if you get your eyes and your ears open, there's all kinds of guys out there that are willing to help and guide you in the right direction. Wayne said you're talking less than him on the live. What's your problem?
um, I'm just telling, man.
Are you? I know you do a lot, quite a bit of content and stuff like that. Are you camera shy on me?
Know what I mean? That, like, if I'm talking, I'm not learning nothing. I'm
Oh,
when I'm around loud people, I kind of keep my mouth shut because I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean? I'm just listening.
right.
Uh,
I, I'm not. I'm not big on the camera either, but I've gotten used to it over the last 120 times I did it. So
uh,
I just kind of get on here and babble now.
yeah.
Uh, so tell me a little bit about your content. I think uh, what you got a TikTok, and do you do YouTube or anything else? What are your other things you get on there?
Just YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. Um, yeah, I just try to get videos because I love, like, going to these events. It's so cool seeing this stuff, and a lot of people don't get to uh, witness
Right.
what happened. So like I try to video it as we go, man, so people can get to enjoy it like we do.
So you said Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yep, yep.
So where can we find you on there?
Uh, either Nick Bowser or Lane Junkie.
Nick
Um,
Bowser or Lane Junkie? Okay.
yeah, either one of those. I'm on. I think I'm on both.
What about other organizations? Do you compete in any other organizations or just MECA?
I usually just MECA.
Usually just MECA. You
Yeah,
have you dabbled in any of the other ones? You done any of the other clubs or?
I mean, at Snibology, you get to run everything, so you might as well run everything, right?
Oh, there you go. That's true. There you I guess I didn't really think of that. What you did say Slamology was one of your favorite shows. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you get to hit all them lanes for free. I love it.
Well,
Well, not for free, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good deal, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Ha,
But
have you seen, any other successful scores or, you know,
um, no, not like it's not. It doesn't do really good on a meter, but I like to play the music for
right,
30 seconds, and it does pretty good for so what it is and how I have the speakers built. It does pretty good at that kind of power, but
right.
I'm gonna try and mess around and see if it'll do any better on a little power.
Well,
So,
I think you're one of the first guys I've had on here that that you said you really don't do a whole lot of other stuff or anything until like slam or something. So I guess I haven't really asked this question before, but um, you know, what makes MECA special to you? Why MECA?
and just the rules make sense to me. I know it's everything is black and white, understandable. Uh,
Is
for,
it just
for
because
the
we're the
simple.
closest one? I mean, I'm just kind of curious is all because like when I first started competing, I'm one of them guys that likes to do a lot of I don't know research and stuff and find out what I'm getting into before I really get into it. And you know, I basically kind of got all the rule books and read all the rule books, and then I found out which one was closest to me, which one was going to be the farthest, and then I kind of was like, well, I'm going to go to this one, because I think that it looks fair and it's close. You know what I mean? So I guess is that kind of the same scenario or
Yeah,
combination of both? Like it's easily accessible for you and you like the rule set.
yes, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, absolutely. Like the way the meter placements and all the different classes to me just makes more sense.
Well, that
Um,
works. I won't keep pressing on that one. I was just curious because you were the first victim that pretty much said you only did Mecca. So I thought I'd ask.
yeah, sorry.
Um,
Yeah, it's
so
just what I prefer.
Wayne
Um,
said he loves all your videos,
thank you.
showing all the competitors love. So keep that up. Obviously, I'm assuming, you know, uh, I,
Thank you.
I'm assuming after getting on here and talking to you, you don't get on there and talk a whole lot. Is it mostly you take your videos and then like make captions? I know I've seen a few of them, but I don't really follow all of them. So is it mostly like videos of people's runs or demos and things like that, and then you kind of cut them up or work them up? Is that pretty much what you do? Kind
All that, yeah.
of.
Yeah,
Okay.
just demos and lane runs.
Demos and lane.
Yeah, anything I'm witnessing that I'm seeing in car audio, I want to share with everybody else. So I'm just kind of recording everything at as much as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you're always out there recording.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a big kid, but it's to me, it's like Disneyland when car audio's going on.
Yeah, I think a lot of us that love car audio, whether no matter what section of it is, I know like for me, I was a sound pressure guy or a Parker Pound guy, I guess in general. But then we've always got the Sound Quality League, we've got the dueling demos thing. Now I'm trying to work with the show and kind thing, which I mean we've always had all of it, and so I guess really we're trying to build this bigger snowball at this point and trying to rework some things and try to get more folks involved and you know I went from a guy that thought mostly about sound pressure stuff to, a guy that's like, how do I grow this or how do I push this ball or, whatever. And I think we've come to a point at this point, like, if it's got wheels on it, I might have a class for it, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. If it makes noise, we can fit you in.
that's true. Let's see here. Anybody else got any questions for Mr. Bowser? I know he I've known Nick for probably the whole time he's been running MECA, the whole 9 years or 10 years. And I mean, I've had a few conversations with him here and there, but I didn't realize he was this quiet of a guy either. And I know normally in public and stuff, I don't talk a whole lot either unless you really know me or whatever. I'm kind of the silent type usually also because I feel the same way. If you're talking, you're not listening, right? So and I like to pay attention, so I tend to just kind of stay quiet and watch. But um, let's see. Do I got any more questions on my list here? Do.
Appreciate you having me on here, man. It's cool. Thank you.
I guess maybe I could ask you. I know you said you like playing the music for the 30 seconds and the park and pound. And so, you've kind of focused more on the park and pound stuff. I mean, I know you do sound pressure also. Um, yeah, Shannon does all the talking most of the time. I do all the listening.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. I'm the ears and she's the mouth. No. What's going on, Miss Whitney? How you doing this evening? Um, but I guess what drew you into Park and Pound? Was it just the fact that you liked the music formats, or did you
Yeah.
just find out your car did a little bit better in that area, so you decided to focus on it?
Um, yeah, I think it's kind of more of a test to keep it running for 30 seconds rather than 5 second tone.
Rather than a 5 second tone, I hear that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Chatty Bobby said you got a decent street build for dueling demos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I might try that sometime. I don't know.
You might try it sometime, huh?
Yeah, I haven't been doing demos too much. I don't think.
You haven't done it too much. Have you tried it at all yet? I feel
Yeah,
like I've seen you. I feel like I've seen you do it once or twice, actually, myself. But I might be wrong. I've seen you at a lot of shows. You've been at a lot of Indiana shows, bro. You
yeah,
definitely been at a lot of Indiana shows over the last 8 or 9 years. That's for sure.
yeah. Yeah, man. I love it.
Said I love it.
Yep.
And Chad said he thinks Chad said he thinks you've done it twice.
I've done it twice.
Yeah. Nick just agrees with you, Chad. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Miss Whitney. All right, guys. So you guys got any more questions for Nick? Y'all gonna crack him or what? I ain't cracked him yet. He knows how to. He knows how to. He knows how to get them. He knows how to do the faces and stuff. All right. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna go back up through here and make sure I didn't miss anything real quick. All right. It looks like I am caught up there. I'm trying to think of something good to ask you. What's going on, Mr. Cody Van Dyke? How you doing this evening, brother? So, how do you go ahead?
Are you a street king? Have you swept all this? Oh yeah,
Not
smashed
me, no,
it.
not me. Only Selena.
Selena, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Not me.
That's sorry. I didn't mean. I wasn't meaning that as a jab.
Oh
I
no.
thought you had. Yeah.
I I think let's see. I've got two DB drag world records. I've got a world championship there, and then I think two MECA championships. But I had a big team, and I was the head judge in MECA for a long time beforehand. So I had my team, but I just really kind of didn't compete as much. I've probably touched or helped more people than I've actually done for myself, if that makes sense. When I first got into it, I was real serious and did a lot of testing, a lot of learning, became a judge, kept testing, kind of grew my team and kept testing with those guys. And, I have a lot of stuff in my brain and a lot of sound pressure knowledge from hands-on experience. But at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of thing, as an individual, I'm not anybody special. But there's a lot of guys that they might disagree with that or they might not. I don't know, but none of their credit is mine. But so basically, I've only got like 3 world championships. I just test a lot and know a thing or two about a thing or two.
It's fantastic. That is awesome. I've seen a little bit of your knowledge, man. You're smart. You definitely know the craft.
So I think I asked him a little bit earlier and he didn't elaborate for me too much. So I'll ask him again. It says, "What are Nick's plans for this year? Are you going to make any changes to your build?"
Um, I don't know yet. I'm gonna see how it does in Parker Pound One and see play there, see if I need to change anything up.
All right. So I guess basically, his plan is to keep it pretty much the same, and he's going to try to drop down a class and then assess his situation from there. It sounds like to me.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get out. Yes, sir.
Let's see. Wayne's just making fun of you. He said, "I've been trying to get Bud to get you on here for a month. I thought you'd talk more." I did. He's pretty outgoing with his videos and stuff, so I was kind of surprised too. But that's all right. Like I said, I've been around Nick quite a bit, and he really, now that I think back on it and try to remember, I realize he isn't a whole much of a talker. He's more of a listener, and
That's funny.
but that's probably what eventually led to being successful. So, hey, kudos for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I guess
Please.
we've been on here about. I guess you've been on here with me about 45 minutes now. So we got about, I don't know, 5 more minutes before we're on the hour. So did you have any questions that you wanted to ask me, or any questions for the people? Um, Kenneth asks, do you want to do street class? Is Nick going to do street? And then I'll ask you what I asked you again.
Probably do street because everything I have is below the back seat. So I haven't seen the rule books lately, but
Yep, I think, like I said, sound pressure, sound quality, and dueling demos is live on the site now. I should have the kids and the Ride the Light book up soon. And then Show and Shine will probably be another couple weeks. But like I said, I didn't focus too hard on that just yet because we're going to try to do some things to try to grow Show and Shine. Like I said, we'll spend a little bit more time on that one. So most of the street class rules are pretty much the same. So
okay.
you should still fall right on in there. But
So yeah, I'll probably run one of the street classes then.
so I guess, like I said, I'll kind of end it up with, did you have any questions for me, or anything you wanted to ask the people watching, or anything like that? It's your turn to put me on the spot if you want.
um, I just want to say thanks for everything you do, man. I see how helpful you are all the time. I appreciate who you are and what you do for the audio community. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate that. I do, and I know there's quite a few folks out there that do appreciate it, and that's why I keep on doing it. Um, I guess when I got into this stuff almost 20 years ago, or maybe a little longer than that now, right around the time I was in high school and stuff like that, uh, you know, I didn't really know that that's what it would turn into when I started doing it, but I guess I was just a young person that probably, could have been headed nowhere fast. And then I got hooked on the car stereo stuff, and it kind of gave me a reason to try to be more successful so I could afford that stuff. And it gave me motivation to do stuff, kept me out of trouble, kept me off the street. uh you know got me through a lot of stuff in life that was difficult. And I felt like if I could pay that forward to just one other person, then that would make it worth it. So I'm that makes me feel good, that you say that, so I appreciate that. I guess closing it out here, um you get to pick the next victim. So did you have somebody in mind, that you want to get on here that you want me to chop it up with next week?
I'm not sure who was thrown under the bus.
He's not sure who to throw under the bus.
How about Brandon Montgomery? He's a great park and pound competitor.
Yeah, he would be good, but I'm looking for somebody that won a championship this year or somebody that won a club award this season. But I'll get him on here. I got a list of names that people suggested that weren't a part of my criteria yet. So, like I said, I'm going to keep trying to get guys on here and chop it up. So as long as I can get people on here, I'll keep on keeping on. So I'll put him on my list. But for now, I'm trying to stick to somebody that was a champion this year or somebody that won one of the club awards. Yeah, you could throw Sean under the bus because they won one of the judge awards. You could throw Chad under the bus. You could throw who else? We already threw Brad under the bus.
Let's Sean.
You want me to get Sean? I'll get Sean. I haven't had him on here yet. I don't think I've had Chad either. So we haven't seen Miss Whitney yet either. We haven't seen her. I don't know. There's a lot of folks. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but there's quite a few sound pressure folks that we haven't seen yet. There's still, I think, maybe 2 or 3 sound quality guys we haven't seen. But I'll get Sean. Shannon's already messaging him. So next victim will be Sean. If he can come on here with me, I'll get Sean. If not, I'll find a backup plan for that. And Whitney's going to be mad at Wayne, but I'll see if we can get Sean on here to chop it up with me. Sean's one of our Indiana judges with Chad, and he's competed for a long time. I think they kind of set out for competing last year, but they judge a lot of events for us, and he'll be a good one to talk to. He has some good knowledge. When we first started working in Indiana, Chad and Sean were always the first guys at the show. always trying to help me set up, tear down. They sat on the speakers in front of my tent basically the whole show, and next thing you know, they were helping, and one thing led to another, and now they're judges. But I guess we'll kind of close it out. We've been on here for a little over an hour. I appreciate you coming on here this evening, Nick.
No problem.
Hopefully it was decent. Hopefully I didn't put you on the spot too bad. I wish I could have got you going a little bit more, talking to us a little bit more. But hey, maybe next time I'll get you again. And but I appreciate you and supporting us over all these years and all that good stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in the future, and keep on helping all those guys that are coming in new. And good luck this year in the lanes, and in your life in general. So if you want to tell the folks bye, I'll cut you out, and then I'll end the show.
All right, well, thank you. Jason.
Yeah. All right. That was Nick's bye. Sorry, I hit the button on him. I didn't know he was going to speak. I was worried there for a minute, but anyways, it was a pleasure having Mr. Nick on here this evening. Like I said, he's been coming to Shannon and my events probably since 2016. So he's been around with us for a long time. He finally got his first championship this year. It's always great to see competitors grow and do that thing. I think he was a little bashful on me this evening, but we'll get him on camera a little bit more. Maybe I'll start recording him like he records everybody else, and then we'll get him to talk to us next time. It was definitely good seeing him, and hopefully he can run his championship back in Park and Pound 1. Did anybody else on the live that's still watching have any questions for me this evening? I went over a few things at the beginning. We got a show coming up in South Carolina this weekend. Dueling demos, sound quality, sound pressure rule books are live on the site. Most of the other stuff that's still broken is still broken, but they are working on it. Hopefully, like I've been saying for months now, it seems like, hopefully we'll see some success there soon and we'll get the site going. Until then, keep your eyes on the Facebook page. I've been posting all of the events there, trying to share them around on Facebook. So, make sure you like us, share us, follow us, all that good stuff so we can keep you up to date on the events. We've got a lot of good events coming this year. Should be another pretty event-packed year. I think we're working on doing some stuff in a couple different areas where we haven't been in a few years. So I expect it to be another 150 to 180 show season for MECA. So, I don't have any of that yet. No finals dates yet. I'm still working on a few details and working on a few things. So we'll see how that pans out, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. I would say it'll be sometime around the end of March or the 1st of April before we really have anything solid to tell you guys about that. So just bear with me. Keep on bearing with me. Got a lot going on here, and Shannon's been phone warrior in the last couple weeks here, setting up a lot of stuff. Trying to help the event directors, things like that, reaching out to manufacturers, reaching out to retail shops. Just the daily grind of trying to put these things together and keep on doing what we do. So what's going on, Mr. James? Hope you're doing well. I think I've said everything that I wanted or needed to say this evening. Again, I appreciate Mr. Bowser. Next week, I'll be trying to get Mr. Sean Parody on here, and we'll chop it up with him for a bit and see how he's doing. And maybe he'll be a little bit more interesting than Nick was, but Nick's a really good dude. A lot of really awesome content and stuff that he shares for all the competitors. We really appreciate him, and we're happy to have him as a member and competitor in MECA. So I guess with all that said, until next time, keep it loud and clear, MECA heads.